Welcome, everybody, to the Breachers preseason week 7, the final week of the preseason. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. I'm jumping in to the start of a doubleheader this afternoon. We begin with Infinity versus Havoc Esports, a matchup that should be pretty impressive. Infinity 6-1-1 so far on the season. Havoc 6-1 so far on the season. We've seen both teams win in dominant fashion throughout the course of these 7 weeks as they've developed and continued to grow. Interested to see what we get this afternoon. If we look at the connoisseur votes, it is a heavily favored vote towards Infinity. They are 33-2 on Havoc Esports sides on votes. A lot of people believing that Infinity will be the team that comes out on top this afternoon. But that is to be determined. Either way, an exciting series for us this afternoon between two top teams in those regular standings. When we look at the North American standings, we can see Infinity right up there with Eternity. We also have other top squads, Wicked Esports and Acer. That matchup we'll be looking to jump into. Is that an EU matchup? No. What rank is... I'm trying to find Acer on the standings there. Interesting. Oh, they've only played 2 games. They're not even seeded yet. Interesting. Only played 2 games. A lot of hype around this new team coming in. But we'll be trying to jump onto that matchup later tonight. Wicked Esports versus Acer. Do keep your eyes peeled for that one. Probably be jumping in late to it, considering that we'll have this one first. And we'll be watching the completion of this series. If it's a 2-match series, we may then jump on over to the Wicked Esports versus Acer matchup and check out how that series is going. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and give the players the ready, and I'm not seeing a 5th on the Infinity squad, and I feel like we've seen this before from them. I'm getting an indicator it might be a few minutes for the 5th of Infinity to jump in. Yeah, we are going to be waiting a little bit for the Infinity 5th to join. For now, though, on Havoc, we have Wabez, Venom, Trep, Splosion, Max, and Joe. And over on Infinity, we have the 5th joining in already, so not too long of a wait. We have It's Dolphin, Lynx, Ondai, Evil Jester, and Ninja Tim. I think that's the pretty standard roster, the standard 5 for the likes of Infinity. I've given the teams the go-ahead to start round 1. We should be diving in to the action shortly. A quick shout-out to everyone that is tuning in and patiently waiting for the start of round 1. We do appreciate you. And into the action we go. Round number 1 kicking off here. Map 1 on Hideout. First objective taking us down over into the Gym bomb site. Not going to see any early contest up in Garage on the defense, as most of the team, at least for now, positioning themselves around the bomb sites. Maybe yet to really even get into any sort of position. Dolphin still getting into the headset. 15 seconds left, though. Not a ton of time. All about the first few rounds here, especially in a matchup like this on Hideout. You can really set your tone on the attacking round. And again, no defense up in this early garage position. Double checking that we're getting game audio. Last time I got in some big trouble for like the whole first half of a map. Apologies on that one again, but shout out to the folks that have also just subbed. Had a couple new subs come through today. We do appreciate that. Welcome in. There's tons of games for you to catch up on. 7 weeks of regular season gameplay. Postseason is on its way. But the final week of the preseason is right here, the final Saturday. And they have nice control of the drop down, but they don't of the stairs. On dog just on the other side likely heard the stair drop down. In control of this B site, though. Where is Evil Jester? Are they tucked in just around this corner here? Yes, they are. And they spring there. Trap explosion goes down. Trap doesn't. Venom flies out. Lynx swings in the back. A nice double from Venom. They'll move in for Ninja and will not find that. Joe drops down. We're into a 1v2 as OnDog tries to retake through the hole in the wall. Oh, and I believe that was Dolphin from the second floor dropping through the hatch. Catches the kill, and Infinity away with 1-0 out the gate. Solid opener for the Infinity squad, and frankly a good attempt from Havoc. A couple of kills coming through would enable for, yeah, nothing really substantial on the Havoc end, but Dolphin had enough to buy into a rifle. They threw it over to Ninja to add some attachments. And Dolphin is going to be sort of, I would imagine, the point of the spear on defense, if there ever was such a thing. The tip of the spear, that's what I was looking for. But the tip of the spear on defense, not on offense. Either that or they'll be the last resort tucked in. Clearly directing, guiding the team and how they take up the most forward position you can. Overwatch over A lobby. Oh, an interesting reaction off of the hatch break. They tuck into the tight corner. Very risky to be wandering here just in case there was a delayed breach onto these A lobby doors, but the entry is not coming from A site. It is focused over on B. That could be good news or bad news. A flank could come through with a rifle. That could be bad. Nice screen there. Grenade on the back end catches one. Ninja has tucked in. Another nade following up, and Ninja goes down. The nade forces OnDog off of the doorway, and so the duo takes control, but there's the flank from Dolphin, rifle in hand. Trep and Joe are trapped as they get pinched in. Shots through the wall. Dolphin on the other side. Great coordination from a team. Infinity very clearly showcasing their teamwork here. Up to an early defensive lead, 2-0, and we go to our first buy round for round 3. You need a jug of water for a afternoon like tonight. Again, multiple matches on deck. This one and Wicked Esports versus Acer. Tons of other games going live tonight, though, and unfortunately I don't have clones, so we can't get into all of them, but a lot of teams wrapping up their final week of the preseason. Starting to look forward to Season 1 already. Wait, which? Right one there. Early headshot for Joe. Havoc off to a good start. A site breach instead of the typical B. Ninja's, oh, I thought for a second that was outside, but in a very vulnerable position. Oh, a great quick reaction to Explosion trying to swing through the window. Lynx catches a wall bang shot. I don't even know that they've just equaled, if not leveled the playing field, excuse me, and gained themselves a bit of an advantage. The trio, alone with Dolphin just on the stairs, a serious threat if they do decide to push down. The duo there. Dolphin, more and more aggressive, peeks out to find their kill. Puts Trep alone on the backside, getting suppressed by 4 rifles. Gonna be a tall order. 1v4. They are rotating around. They're going outside on the hunt. Dolphin waiting for the rotation, and instead of saving, they could have gone upstairs and tried to hold on to that rifle going into round 4. Havoc lose that one. Infinity are looking good. Number 2 in the standings for a reason, and Hideout, if I remember correctly, is not the preferred map from Havoc. Yeah, their worst map by a decent margin. 50% round win rate in comparison to 60s on the other 2 maps. Hmm. 5-0 so far from Dolphin. And yeah, wise that they don't challenge the garage. An eco round coming in from Havoc. They have no money to buy in. Forced to use pistols and just trying to do some damage. A great flash on the Dolphin, but they can't spring the trap for Wabez there. Evil gets also flashed. So does Dolphin again on the re-swing. They're able to find that kill. Trap quickly picks up the rifle, but not before a nade. The Dolphin was holding. Drops to the floor and finds the kill. Venom with the back of Jester. I also have to worry about Lynx on the corner here. Static emitter slowing them down, and they cannot break through. Nice attempt, but ultimately not quite, or any damage done. No, they got Dolph. But still. It is Infinity in full control of Hideout here on their defensive set. A full buy coming in from Havoc. And they're going to try and get 2 here. If Havoc can get 2, then they can hopefully replicate this level of defensive success that we're seeing from Infinity. No easy task. I make it sound like it's just a simple get 2 points, but that won't be something that Infinity will let happen easily. But, I mean, again, both teams with solid records so far in this preseason. 6-1 is impressive. Bit of drone work before breaking through. And Dolphin may be first up. They actually got shot in the back by their teammate there. Jester tries to get out, but a great nade from Joe. Good aggressive push out into lobby as they take full control. This Havoc team, again, no pushovers. It's just economically, Infinity have been in control. Dolphin, again, the tip of the spear could be poking out of this door blocker at any point, looking for some action. That's why they have to get rid of it, and bad timing. Wabez is actually shooting the door as they peek it. Ondog catches a nice nade, keeping things close. Venom from pushing in for the plant. The nade there that almost catches Venom. Nice kill from Trep over the top. And Venom looking for Ondog in the back corner as Ondog springs up. Venom gets in. They do not have EMP, which doesn't matter because they're dead. Ondog catches the kill. A very nice defensive pull here. Both low health, fine explosion. A slice left for Ondog. 9 HP to the 18 of Joe. They need this round on Havoc. And I don't believe Ondog knows EMP is down. Full health Joe does get EMP. They're at least going to bait a plant. Get the audio cue for Ondog to rotate out. Take a little time planting, and Ondog will go down. Checking the rifle for better attachments. They'll take the better one. Will they get the plant? No, 200 not going into the pockets. Interesting. I don't think that counts if you don't get the full plant. Joe buys a rifle and drops it for their friends and then keeps one for themselves. Wabez going into a shotgun, interestingly enough, and Havoc getting impacted kind of heavily off of that loss. Or excuse me. I say loss, but because they had so many die, it almost looks like that when they're buying in here into this last round. They won that last one. In comparison, you can see Infinity have that economic support, so they're full buying all rifles, attachments, additional grenades, and, well, you got a full buy. You got to spend everything here. There's no point in saving. and does not get hit by them. An immolation nade there backs Joe and team off from entering into the garage. Dolphins shutting down that initial entry here, but a little regression. And patience from Splosion catches Dolph out. That's a big kill. Oh, Venom springs a trap, but the nade there rolls and catches the toes of Ninja Tim. Not before, I believe, another kill comes through with blind fire through the wall. It sets Splosion Max up alone in a 1v3. Inside sight, they catch the headshot on the headshot on the on-dog as a double. They swing perfectly to Lynx, but a beautiful peek out from Lynx shuts down the triple and the 2 points into Havoc's pockets. Infinity almost come out with a perfect 6-0 on the defense, but not quite. It leaves, again, that room for the Havoc Esports defense to put up a clean, solid defensive set themselves and potentially take map number 1 on Hideout. These first 2 rounds are going to be vital, obviously. 5, 6, 7. If it goes that way into pockets of Infinity, that's the map. On to map 2 we go. Map 2 goes into the hands of Infinity. Then we move on to our next matchup of the night, which is Wicked Esports versus Acer. A couple of great matchups tomorrow night as well, but I don't know that I'll be around for those. We'll have to see. A site pretty open here. Very little, if any, utility deployed. Wow, Jester gets in. There's a great nade right onto Jester's pocket. They risked their lives to try and get the EMP plant down, but did not. Meanwhile, 2 kills for Ondog outside the window. And Ninja, following things up, finishes the plant. Chavez on a bottom story flank catches 1. Splosion here about to run in to the window attacker. And they'll find a big kill. It opens up objective a little bit. Explosion spots the elbows of Dolph, but not those of Lynx. Pistol round 1 into the pockets of Infinity. Pretty solid job. They'll full buy here, and they'll be able to buy several rifles. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Havoc there. Obviously, it's potentially their last round, so force buys are coming in. Yeah, it's going to be tough. A beautiful set so far, though, from Infinity. It is what was predicted on the old connoisseur votes on the website. Strongly in favor of the Infinity squad. Both teams suffering a loss. But it's impressive to think that how well Infinity is doing here. They are able to be defeated. I suppose we have seen it once already from Havoc. Maybe they can do it 5 more times now. Ninja's flying forward and shuts down 2 out the gate. Nade there to fend off the initial push in. The breach here. Venom barrels into 2. Their pistol will be no contention for the rifles, but Explosion does catch 1. Ninja flies in to find the final kill, and it is the map into Infinity's hands. A solid start to the series for Infinity. Havoc, I believe, now get their map pick. So there is potential that there could be a chance for them going into this next map. And again, you know, you look at the stats, it is one of their worst maps. They played it the least, 50 rounds, 1 less than Skyscraper, but still 50% win rate in comparison to 61. Infinity, on the other hand, a bit more of a solid win rate on Hideout in comparison. It's literally their best map versus Havoc's worst. So we may get the roles reversed here with Factory, would be my guess for map 2. Let's see if I'm right, if they voted on it yet. Nope. Factory's my guess for map 2. Map 3, Skyscraper, and that'll be as even playing ground as we can get. If you're a true believer in the stats, you would still believe Infinity to be able to take that series, but we will have to see. I'm going to go ahead and give the teams the ready, just in case. Might be that Havoc are taking a timeout. Not sure. Either way, ready to go into our next map as soon as the players are, and it does look like it is going to be Factory. Sometimes the stats don't lie. Could be, again, that complete reversal on map 2 here. We'll have to see as we go into map 2. Havoc Esports versus Infinity. Havoc on the defense again for this one, with Infinity on the attack. An opportunity for Havoc to replicate the exact same path to success that we saw Infinity pull off on their best map. Looks like an interesting avoidance of the standard pressure points going into this objective. They're working their way into the lobby space first, which is smart because you often have roamers on defense set up in this space out here. It's to defend from the A entry, but also to then swing around for where players most likely will enter more towards B. For now, it doesn't seem to be the case. We may actually run in to some action here if Wabez springs their trap at the right time. The hatch is open, and that communication should be coming into Wabez. Oh, gets out just as Wabez peeks. 3 left alive on a site. And EMP down, trying to get into the back door of A. Other wall as they lose their compatriot. They'll try and get the plant for cash, and they won't be able to do it with Trep on the short corner. 4 left alive to shut it down, really. Very clean round from Havoc. Barreling towards the full swap here on maps. And that really, if you didn't have team names or player names, you really would have thought that was just Infinity defending after how well they played. Hideout on defense. And a little bit of a non-standard play, in my opinion, there coming in from the likes of Infinity, and it just didn't pay off. It is a full setup outside. They could be going for a fast breach into this B bomb site. There's no defense. No trip mines. One's here, but as they come around the corner, they do run into some defense. Trades 2 for 2. Oh no. Venom does more damage to their teammate than enemy so far. Oh, that's a good nade to the back there, but doesn't go all the way into the door for Dolphin. Venom will find that kill, though, and leave it up to Jester. Just a pistol and a dream. 3 rifles in the hands of the defense. Havoc cleanly in control and looking to take round 2. They don't have EMP either, so no plant play. Havoc, unsure of where the attacker could be, are aware of the EMP. So even that door blocker opening is not much of a threat, or a threat at all to them. No one is even over at A site. Oh, and I'm sure that this, yep, the ping's coming in. Venom does get tapped in the head once. The defense is pushing aggressively, and Joe will finally clean things up. Havoc with 3 left alive and 3 rifles in hand will confidently advance into round 3 for the full buy round and not have to buy for at least more than half of their team. That is a big advantage economic-wise. It gives them a little comfort going into this round, knowing if they lose, they'll still be able to fend off what could likely be a well-equipped offense Either way, a much better Havoc team here on map 2. Well, as again, the stats would tell you. They don't lie. Well, they do sometimes, but we just went from their worst to their best map and vice versa for Infinity. And a big full buy coming in. If Infinity can regain some control of this series, they regain their chance at taking this map and the full series right away. Definitely sets you up for a comfortable map 3, less pressure. That also means we'll move on to our next game. If not, and we do see Havoc Esports win here, we will stick around for the series finale on map 3. B-site is open. Little drone work is done. Wabez in a precarious position where they could leap out of the window and down onto the backs of this offense. It hasn't been broken yet, though, so that'll at least be an indicator. Evil and Ninja can react. Lynx on the other side of the smoke is planting. And in a trade, Dolphin will be there left alive to actually get the EMP plant. There is Wabez. They do drop out the back, and they do hit the flank. Pinched in between two attackers here with an EMP down. Gonna have to rely on Joe to get the defuse. Ninja is looking for the double. They can't find it. Joe finds the headshot. EMP continues to tick. Dolphin positioned to catch the ankles. Oh, a vicious spot to watch that EMP defuse. Joe won't be able to do it. Dolphin will save and take the round. Joe will do the same. Can't carry an extra rifle in with you, just the one that you have. But a big round for the Infinity squad. A plant and a rifle held on to. It does mean that they can optimize their buying process here. Everybody but Jester can buy into a rifle, and then Jester is responsible for adding attachments to everyone's guns and then giving them back. Although it seems like Lynx has been the one to take on using a pistol. No, well, they're swapping it around. Yeah, Jester will stick with the pistol. No one's picking it up. Oh, yeah, it's a full buy. Thought for a second Joe was waving at us, but Venom was instead tucked in. Oh, and I was getting Venom mistaken for Wabez, clearly. Either way, a fight has broken out on that top floor. Hatch opened up down into A. Doesn't do damage on the back, but Joe's trip mine catches Lynx unaware in the attempt to push. Venom continues to dump utility out. And with this wall open, there's less cover for Jester to run as the defense pinches. Ninja and Ondog alone in there. 2v3 efforts here with Ondog still up in the hatch, watching for any rotation around the backside of A. Ninja clearing out up towards the A site, but yeah, they really do not know where this defense is right now. And the EMP is down with Venom just around the corner, waiting for it to get picked up. They know where it is. Ondog catches Venom out. That's a big pick. Joe and Splosion got to hold things down for Havoc, and Lynx are trying to get back into this one. Surprising that EMP plant does come down. Joe's clearing out the outside of the EMP, making sure no one is peeking through the window at the EMP. Ondog will catch Joe because when they drop out, it gives away their position. Explosion will catch Ondog. EMP continues to tick down, and there's not going to be a ton of time. Oh, and again, another great angle on the EMP. Designed to watch the ankles all the way up through the hatch. Wow. Infinity hanging in there, tying this up 2-2. Again, a shout out to everyone tuning in and enjoying the action so far this afternoon. We do have a bit more of it tonight. Once this series comes to a conclusion with a champion, we will move on to Wicked Esports versus Acer. That matchup scheduled to start in 15 minutes. But we are going to wait and see who our winner of this best of 3 series is first. As you can see above me, scoreline's already 7-1 in favor of Infinity for map 1. And they've just tied up what was a beautiful pistol set from Havoc's Esports, taking the first 2 rounds 2-0 on defense. They have not been able to since fend off the attack from Infinity. We'll have to see if this is going to be 3 points in a row. And you'd think even after 2 wins, they would have a little bit more in the economy, but this is almost a save round from Infinity because they lost so many players. There was only 1 left alive. They don't come out of that win round with a ton of utility. It's just the extra cash. And that extra cash, when you spent everything, yeah, this is interesting. It really is. And you can run 2 rifles in comparison to 3 of Havoc. They also aren't able to... Oh, they just bought into a 4th, or maybe they dropped theirs and picked it up. Trying to make, I think, the A breach happen here. Venom's tucked into the tight corner with Joe and Trep now rotating back around, and a great nade on the back catches Lynx and does huge damage to Jester and Ondog. A smoke deployed by Ondog, and as they try to work up for a plant, they get caught out by all kinds of ready and waiting defense. Whoa, I don't know what happened there, but Dolphin has a rifle and tries to battle against the likes of Venom. Ninja still watching through the hatch, won't find much. Havoc have a near perfect defensive set here. Regaining full control, bouncing back nicely. This is going to be another, well, because it was an eco round essentially for Infinity. Yeah, interesting. They're looking to try and take the start of this 3-3. Essentially would have, you know, maybe a best case scenario, they somehow win. Get a couple double, triple kill. You know, anything could happen. But that is not the case, and it looks like they may even. It might be worth. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it might be worth to save this rifle. I think they can. I think they have enough to buy everyone one, even off of a loss. Joe getting really aggressive, trying to throw a nade up onto the roof, trying to catch Ninja out on the eco, and 2 go down. Maybe round 5 isn't so out of the picture for Infinity. Yeah, it is going to be the go-round as time dissipates, and Havoc looking to push this 4-2. Obviously, Infinity wanting to tie this set up 3-3, go into their defensive rounds, and replicate what they were able to do on Hideout. Easier said than done. But at least they're able to full buy, and I gotta wonder if Havoc will be ready for that. Havoc also able to get almost everyone fully equipped on the defensive side. Really seeing the risk of big investments kind of rearing their heads a little bit. Going big onto some of these rounds. You know, before you have that little extra safety cushion, they can mean that you find yourselves in, after a win, needing to eco. You need to hold on to cash so that you can win the round after, not the one that's coming up. So, interesting problems to be had, but all of those will be wiped clean with a reset after this round going into round 7. Door blocker opening up sight. Ooh, and a good identification from drone. To watch those steps, those pings came in from that drone, notifying links of the trip mines on the stairs. Hard to see, hard to identify if you don't specifically look for those. Wabez patiently waiting to spring their trap on stairs, and Lynx ever closer to pushing in for plant on EMP. Get a smoke out. Ooh, a double smoke. Big investment here. Coverage from the hatch up top. And blind fire through the smoke does some good damage. Forces Lynx off of it. They go back for the plant again. Joe peeks out as the smokes dissipate, and everyone is alive on the defense. Hot Dogs alone. In a 1v5, Havoc looking for 4-2. Oh, I think that was an attempted nade. Yeah, it is. Up towards On Dog. Minimal damage because of the coverage of the pottery in front of them. And they are set up and waiting. Not a lot of options. Can't save or hold on to the rifle for the next round. The 1v5 clutch is what they need. And they'll start going for Joe outside. There's 2. There's 3. Uh-oh. This is becoming more and more a reality! Oh my goodness, Havoc almost throw it away. Getting over-aggressive. Venom saves the day for Havoc, and they take their round just barely. Oh. Swap sides, reset economies, Havoc attack, Infinity defend. They put up a 5-1 on Hideout. Who's to say they can't hear? The stats do. It is their worst map. We've looked at it a couple of times, but impressive nonetheless that Havoc are challenging Infinity as much as they are, considering how hardly they did just lose, coming in off of a big momentum swing. 7-1 again on Hideout. Map 2 Factory looking a bit better. Cleaner start, almost lost control there for a moment, but won back the big buy round in round 5 and set them up for the round 6 win. Was close, though. It certainly was close. A-site push stacked up here as the Havoc attack gets ready, and there really is almost no defense, just Ninja here. Watching the entry on dog, waiting to spring their trap to swing to either side's stairs and try and flank. React fast enough, it could be bad. Good nade there on a Ninja. Jester is here to reinforce, and Dolphin begins the rotation, as does OnDog. Essentially, the trio is just trying to hold everyone here. Trap's already found. The flankers are coming, though. Pings come in, but they're dead, and now no one has coverage of the flank. The only path is forward. Or rotate to B site. Nobody here. Dolphin hasn't made their way up the stairs yet. Oh, with the door blocker is very much camouflaging their entry. They spring through it. Unaware, they'll catch the back of one. The double on the Venom. The triple on the Explosion. No, that's scooped up. Yeah, by Dolphin. Thought that was through the wall. Puts Joe alone in what was looking like a very nice Havoc Esports offensive setup. Great defensive pressure on the bottom rotation, though. The double offset there on the stairs was big. And it's all quiet on the defensive front. 10 seconds left, Joe. Trying to find the back of the defense, but with 3 left, you usually can't cover your flanks. They will find the final kill. And Infinity setting up for a good defensive set. That's the first step. Second step is this round here. And we are seeing some commitments, investments. Dolphin buying into rifles, several of them getting picked up here. Who do those go to? Both probably Ninja and Dolph. Look at the scoreboard. Dolphin OnDog really should be taking that. Ninja's been doing well as well, though. Either way, a solid back and forth here on our second map. Much different than that hideout set. Very clearly a, I don't know, more understanding or just a bit more comfortable on their approaches there on the Infinity side on hideout. And we're getting a full rooftop approach from Havoc here. Ooh, we've seen this before. Jester had no hope. The whole team instantly drops down to attack. On dog left to defend. Dolph and Ninja fighting with rifles in hand. Pays off so far. There's two. Ondog getting pressure, drops it back. Springs out for one, gets the double. Explosion with the Cyclone. And a headshot. Not on the Ninja with that rifle in hand, and the two rifles survived. The investment worth it. Infinity in full control with economic. Those two rounds right there, and again their investment carrying through to the next round. That's big. They are set up perfectly for our full buy round, but also again have a cushion in case they lose here. They will be able to be well equipped going into round 10. Big plays from Infinity as they do try and clutch up this second map. If they do, like I said, we'll be moving on to our second matchup of the afternoon, Wicked Esports versus Acer. If they do not, then we will move on to that third map to decide the series. That's what Havoc are trying to push for here. And they've come close. They're on the cusp right now. This round very well could determine it. Quick shout out to everyone that is tuning in too. Appreciate everyone stopping by, collecting points, enjoying the action. Your support is very much appreciated and valued. We really do appreciate all the subs that have come through too. Well over 440 subs now, which is awesome. I think we can push 500 before the end of the preseason. Foam is set. No one tucked into the tight corners there. Just separated by a thin wall on dog. Gonna get a nade that goes too far. Does catch big damage on the Venom. They follow up right out of the breach. A big kill. A double over the top. Joe is there in time to find some refrags. And no one's home on A. But Joe doesn't have EMP. EMP is down on site. And Ninja, I do not know if they know that EMP is down there in that hole, but they are certainly set up to defend it. The full buy round for Havoc. Like I said, there's a cushion at least for Infinity. Havoc do not have that here. If they lose, they'll need to eco next round, which then puts them backs against the wall for their final round of the set. And Infinity take control of map 2. The lead in their hands, 5-4, and ever closer to wrapping up this series in 2 maps. A good series to tune into, but what would you expect when we have teams this close in rank? Both 6-1, technically a tie into the hands of Infinity, but hey. I haven't had a loss yet, and that's what the connoisseur votes were anticipating. That Infinity would not lose. Well, they have lost, I suppose, once, but they will not lose again. Meanwhile, Havoc getting dangerously close to that prospect. So we do get ready to get into round 10. Like I said, they're going to have to eco here. And even with the damage done to Infinity, because of how they manage their economy, they're able to full buy and stay comfortable. So it's pistols into rifles. Good equipment here. Making it very hard for this team to work into this defense. On dog diving in when they hear that the door blocker is being punched. Lynx swings in to catch a couple of kills. Wabez alone on their eco round. Is everyone alive on the side of Infinity? Dolphin will finish things off, and Infinity are a point away from taking this series. Havoc did save, and so it's all coming down to these next 2 rounds. The best Havoc can do is tie this map up, go into map 2 and hope to win, ultimately then tying the series. On dog 12-8 so far. Pretty dang solid job. A reminder again, we are going to be jumping to another matchup after this, so even though the series is done after these 2 maps, they'll still play their 3rd map out, and we will move on to Wicked Esports versus Acer. That is, of course, if Havoc can't do something about it on map 2. If they can tie this up, we'll stick around for that map 3 decider. OnDog throws a nade that bounces off the wall and rolls to the corner and catches a kill. An aggressive piece of utility from the immolation nade comes out. More grenades coming in as Joe tries to press forward and goes down. Oh my goodness, Havoc getting aggressed here. More nades. Trep has to tuck in. The duo feeling trapped outside. Threats from the window, threats from the main door, nades coming in and bouncing all around. No easy task here. And Infinity smell blood in the water. They want to wrap up this series with a map 2W. Ball gets open, back door here. Opened up, but Dolphin shuts it down, and Infinity will take map number 2 and the series win. Solid 2-map set coming in from them. Happy we tuned in to it. Happy to see Havoc fight as well as they did. But the connoisseur votes were not wrong. And Infinity did take those first two maps in commanding fashion. The teams will play out that third map. But we will move on to another matchup that I believe has just started. Do bear with me, as we will have to do some score resetting, but we've only missed a round of the action. I'm going to give myself a vocal break for this round. But right back to it. Map 1 of this new series. I'll update everything from here. Only thing that should be outdated is the title. But other than that, I think we're good to go into Infinity versus Havoc. And like I said, we'll let this round talk for itself, and I'll be back for round 3, so enjoy the action unfolding in front of you. You're welcome. 2 games coming in back to back. I will not stick around for the third map if this series is decided in 2. We will, however, if it does mean that we go to a map 3 decider. Wait, I didn't update to the right team names. Apologies. Solid round for Wicked as they take their first 2 pistol rounds. Looking at the match history, Acer is a brand new team, or at least not brand new, entering in 2 weeks before the cutoff, just before the cutoff. If I were a theory crafting man, I would say that they created this team just before the cutoff, specifically so that they could try and play for a chance to be in that postseason. I don't think that would necessarily work, though, because I do believe teams that are 6-1 would be higher in rank than 3-0 regardless. But they are only 2 matches in. They haven't even had their NMR set yet. And Wicked, in my mind, set to be the favorites, but there's more split on who's going to win this series within the community than there was for the last matchup, and that one pretty close in stats at least. Shot through the head, and the sheets are to blame. Nice hold here on B so far, but plenty of utility coming in to assist the attack. Almost seems like it's a fake B push. And the rotation here is to A. They could crack open A site and have the backs. Sleepy is here to defend, but everyone is focused up on the B site. This is definitely a B fake and an A rotation coming in from Acer. That, to me, is an indicator of a team that knows what they're doing, at least has strategy and coordination as a team to make the rotation. Oh, but that audio transmitter could give everything away. And the flank from Basil shuts down the breach. A well-prepared Wicked defense ready for this flank and rotation. And as the rest of the team goes down, Red finds themselves alone. 1v4. Walls open into the objective room. And Sleepy will take the final kill. 3-0 out the gate on map 1 for Wicked. Barreling towards a full defensive set here on Hideout, but that's something we've seen before. Let's pull up the match history. Like I'd been saying, 4-1-1 for Wicked, 2-0 for Acer. 100% win rate? Well, that's been ruined on Hideout. 3 rounds into Wicked's pockets so far. I guess the first time that Acer have been challenged on Hideout in league play. But Wicked looking good. I think Wicked Esports definitely, if they could take a big win here, they may bump up into the top 8 region-wide. You can see them there just 9th. SKS 8th, Formula 3 7th. They play tomorrow. Oh, and they got garage wide open. B sights. Ready to be pushed. Rifles in hand. No trip mines deployed here. And Sleepy really the one that's going to be saving things there. A nice nade comes in. Forces rotations. Half health, half the team. On that rotation, I'll run into more defense. Sleepy on the short corner. Determined Fear catches what I think was a flanker. Trying to push into the backside of A. Oh, and this is B wide open. As I say that, Tumbleweed peeks out, catches a big kill on B site. Wow, a left-handed shooter. I was wondering what looked different there. Crazy. Do I? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not paying attention. Either way, rifles are into the hands now of the Acer squad because they managed to down 1 here on the corner. Oh, and Determined will spring the trap, but ready and waiting. Tech tries to push out. Wicked have 3. They lose 2. And for an eco round, it's not bad for Acer, but Wicked are so in control after 4 rounds in a row. They're going to be able to full buy into this next one and the round after, despite losing 2 players there. An opportunity for Acer, though, to bounce back here. Same objective? No. Second floor this time. Similar side. Same side, but very different style of approach, ultimately. No trip mines or anything placed initially. Oh, as I say that, there they are. Waiting for Taquito to swing in through the door. Window. It's amazing how I can get those mixed up. Yeah, assuming there was trip mines planted there, the static emitter is instead what was deployed. Cleric at an angle that was straight down headshot. Feels like Des trying to find where this audio transmitter is. It's tucked in under the table around the corner. In the meantime, Taquito does get into an important position. Gets an important breaching foam down, and that's going to be a 1-2 punch. Toxic's going to hit the foam and then plant the foam on their side. That's going to mean a spring out and then a quick breach into... No, don't open B. There it is. Great work there from the team of Red and Best. B is open, and it's retake time for the defense. The first time that Wicked have been on the back foot. I say that when they have a 3-2 advantage technically still. EMP has not been planted yet. And for now, no real movement on the offensive side there. Red and Toxic. Oh, they had to rotate back to get the EMP. Great teamwork from the duo there. Red peeking as their teammate drops back. They'll rotate out of that tucked-in corner. They know Sleepy's in the round. That one side, Cleric's on the other. 43 seconds left to work with. This Cleric fends things off. Oh, a big tap to the head will chunk them down. Sleepy tosses the head with the syringe. They'll go down. Cleric will swing out to catch the kill, and they'll find the double. Clutching things up for Wicked. Big round from Cleric, and they continue to try and put together the perfect defensive set. One more round to go. Acer force buying. No money to get those rifles. They'll have to pick up utility, RCPs, maybe a few other tools. Oh, I like that. Static placement, good for both the breach and the entry down from hatch. What does Acer do here? Wicked again barreling down towards a 7-0 win here at this point on Hideout. Acer, in theory, is the best map. Limited data to go off of, but hey, 100% win rate is still pretty good. 14 rounds won. 7-0, 7-0 on Hideout when they've played it. Now they're experiencing what that feels like a little bit themselves. That's a good nade that catches big damage on the Basil. Can't find the headshot on the Cleric. More utility comes in. Oh, and Tech wants to push him with that trip mine. Preventing them. Red trying to get long range shots with the RCP is going to be tough. And a nice headshot from Sleepy. They shut down that RCP peak. Full health on the Wicked defense. Health syringes have been tossed around. And a desperate attempt for Acer to try and put something on the board. Their attacking set not coming together right now. Still, though, again, a pretty fresh team. So plenty to be worked on in comparison to a squad that's had some time to play together. Even if they are players familiar with the league or the game. That team cohesion really can be everything, especially in a game like Breachers. Wicked comfortably in defensive control here. Waiting for the trio of Acer to rotate in. This time to A site, where Tumbleweed is standing ready and waiting for a battle. Determined Fear flanks. Tech9 catches one. Oh, and they're lucky they didn't get their ankles bitten there by the RCP. They're going to swing right into Tumbleweed, Cleric, everyone on defense. No shot of pulling that together, but time was also ticking down. And round 6 cleanly into the hands of Wicked. Swap sides, swap economies. Oh, no, swap economies. Reset economies. That'd be crazy. Try tactically lose so that you don't have enough cash going into the swap. Pistol rounds for everybody, though. And could be the last round of Hideout if Wicked can lock it in here. If I were a guessing man, I would say the next place we go Factory or Skyscraper. Maybe Skyscraper. That's where Wicked will try and take the 2-map win on. A beautiful defensive pistol round from Acer as they completely deny entry. Costs them a little bit of HP. But nobody gets through. And Sleepy's alone in a 1v4. Catch one. They can't get red over the top, though, and that's a point. Acer, hang on. Wicked will not take the map in 7, or at least 7 clean. The best Acer can do here is tie this first map. We're seeing a pretty big investment from them here in this second round. And it could net them that win, but they cannot risk losing these rifles going into this one. It's a big play. They're getting the rifle advantage, two rifles to none for Wicked. But if you lose those rifles at any point, you are giving a big, I mean, you're giving 2 rounds of economy into the hands of one player on the other team. So can't afford to have them be too aggressive with those rifles, but also you do want them to be in points where they're fending off this team. So it's all about that decision making and the tactical risk. An aggressive play from Wicked that gets completely shut down, and the rifles stay into the hands of Acer. An interesting attempt, but one that does not pay well at all for Wicked. They quickly move on to their full buy round, and I suppose if there's a... yeah, I mean, they lost the first pistol round. They knew they were going to have to eco round 2. Maybe even assumed their opponents were going to be buying into the rifles into this round. So they just tried something risky, something quick, so they could quickly move on to this full buy round where we should see a little more focus coming in from the Wicked team. Doing some reading here. I appreciate that, Jay. I did notify the teams, but I also wish people would pay attention to all the pings and notifications that I do put out around all this stuff. I also do think we may have, for Season 1, it'll be a feedback question, but we very well may just not be casting 3rd maps if a series is 1 and 2 maps. Of course, you still have to, at least currently, players still have to play that 3rd map out. But as a commentator, the series is already finished, you know. We can do stuff like this. Move on to another game. Wicked, trying to do that. Move on to another round. Move on to another map. You notice here, no audio transmitters, so we're not seeing a ton of blind fire through the walls like you would when an audio transmitter goes off. Nice headshot over the top there. Good nade on the back end, evens things back, 3-3. Apologies there again. Just trying to do a lot of things. Talking to some people that I shouldn't be talking to right now. As Acer lock in that one. I'm not really sure what the confusion was from Dolphin or that team on their end, but yeah, that series was done. Infinity had won 2-0, so the third map didn't matter. And now we get to see if Acer can bounce back on map number 3. And we're waiting on a sub, it looks like, on the Acer side. So it should be a few minutes before we do get into that second map. I think I cleared up what was confusing them, so we're all good. A lot going on. Anyway. Yeah, Wicked definitely in control there. Looking at the KDs. 11 and 5 from Determined. 9 and 6 from Sleepy. Tech 9 doing well. 10 and 8. Definitely putting up a solid KD. But the closest to them was 5 and 7, 4 and 7. So one player can certainly carry, but when you have a team like Wicked that's putting up good KDs as well, it is a challenge. Go ahead and give the players the ready. Oh, they don't need it. Like I said, or predicted, we are going to Skyscraper for round 2. You can tell because when you look at the stats, Skyscraper is Acer's worst map and Wicked's second best map. So Acer picked into Hideout on map 1. Wicked picked into Skyscraper map 2, and they will start on the attack on Skyscraper. Standard vent approach, but no contest early until Tech 9 springs the trap around the corner through the doorway. Catches a big double kill there, and a suppressive fire comes in and tucks this team in. Taquito and Red are looking to get aggressive and swing in from the side. Acer going to pick up a round 1 defensive set, and it costs them 2. But with 3 left alive, they'll take their defensive round on Skyscraper. They'll push up 1-0. We could see a complete reversal in momentum and scoreline here with this map, but I do think that Wicked are going to put up a decent contest. The first pistol round goes to Acer, though, and that enables them to buy and, again, risk that commitment going in to round 2. They cannot afford to lose these rifles that they're picking up. Toxic and Tech will take them. Not surprising, considering they were standout shooters last round. Tech also getting 2 kills the start of that round as well, so continuing with that momentum. Wonder what the strategy talk is here on this next approach, but they could be running into Red for some early aggression with this vent approach out the gate. Oh, and Red almost not ready for Basil to drop out of the hatch. Red was waiting to hear for the audio cue of players dropping down off of this ledge. Whoa, Sleepy just did it without making one, though, which is crazy. But they were waiting for that audio cue, and they then were going to spring their trap. Wisely so, Wicked anticipated that. Catches the roamer, and they'll now continue their advancements down to A site. Tech is tucked in, rifle in hand. The breach very much ready to push out here onto A site. What are they waiting for would be my question. There's 4. Where's the 5th? On the other side? Maybe they're going to try and split attention with the breach on B. Either way, they push in, and Tech does go down quickly. Doesn't slow things down, though, as Basil comes through. Toxic over the top, getting scooped. Big damage done. Will find a kill themselves. Taquito here catches another. Leaves Determined Fear alone in a 1v2. An Omen in hand. Keto full health. Health syringe also going into Toxic's hands, and they also will have a rifle, and that will be Acer taking it 2-0. They risked the investment. They got both their rifles out. The Omen does go down, so it comes at a bit of a cost, but ultimately with 2-round wins, they are good to go for round 3. Full buys coming in from both sides, as you would. And Wicked trying to do what they did on the Hideout. I believe they were down 2-0, and then they won. No, they started strong. They started 5-1. We'll have to come back. Okay. Apologies, had to step away. Doesn't look like I missed anything, though. Seems like Wicked are kind of either second-guessing what they want to do or taking their time on this approach intentionally. Pretty risky making this drop down. That's why Sleepy swings around to peek through that window. On the other side, Toxic gets challenged, and the pinch comes in. Reinforcements are here, though, and they shut down entry. Smoke is nicely placed, but a good nade or two shuts Tumbleweed down from entering. Tech 9 here to save the day. They've found a bunch of kills so far. Continue to do so. Acer looking completely different on map 2, Skyscraper. They're looking to go 3-0, and Basil is looking to save. 10 seconds left. They're going to tuck into a corner and hope they don't get pushed. I need to stand up and do some stretches here. It's my 4th map back to back, okay. Another eco round for Wicked, but they have the advantage of Basil saving through that rifle. So at least they got one, but it's 1 rifle to 5 of the Acer team, who again are in really good control here of Skyscraper. They're looking to take this to a map 3 decider. Surprising to see Wicked struggle this much, considering the win rates. Making sure that this team is moving slowly enough when they're crouch walking here, no one can hear the footsteps. It's a silent approach all the way up to B. At least until they run into anything utility-wise, then they'll have to do something. The setup in play here. Both sides going to be popped open most likely. Basil had that foam, so they... Yeah, open, foam, open. Tried to get that immolation nade at this one door. It didn't work. The other one is nicely placed. I don't know if that's a defensive smoke on a Tech 9, but Basil challenges it and goes down. This enables Tech to be aggressive. This could be bad. As they swing out, they find one. They go down in a trade, but the rest of Acer pokes out 4-0 on their defensive set. It could just be that Skyscraper lends itself to the defensive side of things more. I don't know, but... And again, we're looking at a 61% win rate, the lowest percentage win rate from Acer, but the most rounds played. And a 61% win rate isn't bad. You look at Wicked with a couple more games in their pocket. They have two 60% win rate, 68, 65, and then a 54 on Hideout. That last 7-2 set, though, definitely sets them up for that to be changed. And don't you just love all the bells and whistles? Shout out to Offbeat. I love it. Enhances the quality of the productions tenfold, in my opinion. Hopefully you folks at home enjoy all the stats presented to you as they are. It's just fantastic. No vent plays. No early window swings. If anything, it looks like, again, in A setup, they tried to go A the last time they pushed this objective. Very likely going to try and replicate the pinch, or determined will open up the windows and they'll push in through the door. Door blocker has to go down first, step-by-step process, but no flankers to worry about, and I think determined just trying to get an ear on any footsteps they can hear inside. Toxic staying quiet, though. And Basil does go downstairs to check for any sort of aggressive defenders, but Red is so tucked in. Red's all the way inside this room. They're waiting for call-outs from the team. They're not even going to move out of that position. They're so far away from being spotted by any sort of clearing squad. It's an interesting strategy. It's a terrible risk, because if you're going up against a team like Infinity that just barrels in, or Eternity that just barrels into the objective, you are essentially 4v5. But in a case for a team that takes their time, definitely not a bad idea. Good nade comes in there. It does some big damage on the defense. No one even inside this room anymore, and so they'll actually be able to push A with some semblance of confidence. Red is on a rotation finally, though. They're a hallway and a half away from finding the back of most of this team. Again, though, with a team that moves quickly, if you're that far away, it can end up being negative. So for now, it's 4, make it 3, set up around A site. And they're clearing out A. Hotline, the last one alive, and they fend it off. Red does push in time to be shot in the head, but Hotline here fends the final pusher off. Basil there. 5-0 for Acer right now on Skyscraper. This team looking strong on Skyscraper. Wicked not able to get a foothold, and they won't be able to this round either. Force buyed into RCPs because they don't have enough cash. Going to be very tough to take this round 6. Very likely looking at a 6-0 sweep on defense for Acer. Wicked going to have to replicate that and then take map 2. At the very least. Otherwise, they'll lose here and then still have to take map 2 to take that series. 7-2 again, map 1. Down 5-0. What a change in momentum. Impressive to see. bit of drone work to do the leg work. And they're using this drone to clear these rooms out because they will eventually push the hatches from those rooms, I think. They're already down at the bottom floor, though, so I do wonder if the hatch play is in order for them. Yeah, they opened up B side. EMP's ready to jump down. Hotline and Toxics holding. Waiting for the B drop. They've actually got that static emitter down. Interesting defensive smoke from Hotline there. Nice grenade through the doorway. Does big damage to Basil. And here comes the drop down. Tumble catches a double, but they'll go down to a nade. That picks them up. Hotline finds a kill over the top, and Sleepy who may get caught out for taking too long. Red pops the head, and Acer are a point away from taking us to a Map 3 series decider. Not what I was anticipating. Jumping into this one, felt Wicked had full control of things coming out of Hideout. But I almost feel like we've changed teams. Like this Acer team looks more like Wicked did on Hideout, and Wicked just not able to get their footing on the attacking set, at least. Maybe defense will go a little better for them. To be determined, though. One lucky pistol set. That's where it starts, but of course that mentality, if you continue to lose, can really end up hurting you. You really should approach this just with one round at a time, not that this is the winning round. Up B, utility coming in, forced off the initial defense. It's allowed the control of this big doorway for Toxics. Makes it hard for Determined to peek. Although now Toxic very low. Ooh, and Acer having a tough time breaking through. Finally, kills come in. Tech 9 and Taquito barrel through. Throws the EMP over, which is their wise choice, and it goes down nice and easy. Cleric and Sleepy gonna have to retake this. Ooh, and Cleric goes down out of sync with Sleepy. They could have pinched. A clutch needed for Sleepy here, though. Her Wicked will be down a map. Surprised to see Sleepy playing games here. I think they have their hands up, which is really odd. Maybe they're out of ammo. Either way, they grab a pistol that has some. Time ticks down on the EMP defuse. Taquito there goes down. That's one. Tech9 peaks. They go down. And they get the defuse just in time. Sleepy clutches it up. And Wicked are still around in map 2. They are still around. They'll be able to buy and stay competitive with a couple of rifles. Acer going to find themselves in a bit of a tougher scenario here. Might be time to crack open a little snack. Get myself ready for round 5, technically, for me. Yeah, coming up on 2.5 hours. That was as long as the 66666 game was. We're going to finish 2 games in the time of 1 almost. Crazy. Oh, the hatch is open. The initial approach gets shut down. They catch one. I wonder how long they're going to wait till they drop down. Oh, that's a good nade. That catch is determined. Oh, no! Tech9 botches the immolation nade, kills 2 of them. Red tries to plant in 2 smokes. Goes down in the chaos, but 2 get picked up from Toxic over the top. Basil flies out of the smoke in Toxic. Clutches it for Acer. That almost went the wrong way for the Acer team there. But they get it. They take themselves to map number 2. We're destined for a map 3 decider. A solid bit of breachers tonight to tune into. If you have been stopping by, I do appreciate you. And a shout out to our sponsors. Pro2 VR offering fantastic stocks that help stabilize your aim in-game. Magnetic cups that attach to the bottom of your controllers that then go onto the stock so that when you are, obviously, imagine eyes closed with a headset on, you don't need to see the stock to know where it connects because it magnetically snaps on. It's a really cool attachment. Shoulder helps stabilize the aim. Would recommend. And obviously HyperX coming in with the Quadcast S, my voice coming in through. And my headset, the Cloud 2, we run ads for it, but it is an incredibly long-lasting battery life, over 300 hours. That is not a gimmick. That is how long it lasts. It looks like we're going to round 3. Our Mat 3 decider on Factory. Acer on the attack. Wicked Esports on defense. And yeah, now I see confusion. Now that we're into the 3rd map, why is the title incorrect? Well, we've been here for a while. 2.5 hours of Breachers gameplay so far, with 1 more map to go to wrap up a solid Saturday night. play from Acer. Gain control of B site, but not before Basil has something to say about it. They spring their trap. Audio transmitter gives information. Nade comes in, but doesn't go over the top and catch out the trio. Red trying to make an impact here. And Basil rotates right in to Red. Determined flings to catch that kill. Toxic is here and low on health. Big headshot there for Claire. Hotline. Two very low bits of health here on the Acer duo. Hotline with 5, Toxic with 20. Headshots are all they can afford, and Sleepy catches one to the body, so does Determined. The two go down. Wicked with 3 left alive will take their defensive round to kick things off, go up 1-0. With what we've seen, there is definitely the potential for snowballing. Wicked got to shut that down right now. Well, I suppose they got to turn on the snowballing right now, which they are doing with 3 rifle investments. 4 on round 2. Acer obviously ecoing, but Acer need to get this. They need to stop this. We've seen snowballing, in my opinion, be one of the predominant factors for these high differentials in scores between maps 1 and 2. 7-2, 1-7. I do think it means that both teams not very comfortable regaining control once they've lost it. That is, of course, to say that, who knows what a lot of what ifs get played there. But yeah, I can tell you that map number 3 here is where it all comes down. And maybe that'll be a little bit extra motivation for these teams to win these rounds they otherwise have not won. Just a bit of theory crafting. Oh, a nade. Doesn't go far enough. Hotline and Toxic got back. Foam is down. Sleepy hears it. They drop back off of the foam. Rotate all the way out to catch Tech 9 on the other side. Meanwhile, the doors are open towards B and everyone's in. Sleepy goes down, rifle in hand. This could be a disaster. And it is. Acer take the round with no investment. They get 3 rifles. Wicked cannot full buy. And Acer don't have wow. Completely into their hands. Going into round 3. That was the one. That was the round they needed to stop snowballing. And I say stop, but they may have started it on their side. This is almost a guaranteed round win, and I guess I would have said that about the last one into the hands of Wicked, so who knows what's going to happen, honestly, at this stage. Either way, Acer, 5 rifles to the pistols of Wicked, completely reversing the economy. A big risk for Wicked on the 4 rifle buy, but they wanted to take it. They wanted to push for it. Oof, that stings. That's going to sting for a couple of rounds. A quick moving Acer team lands with Tech 9 and a double. A and B wide open. Basil alone and Acer with 4 rifles. Planting. Finding the final kill at the cost of, I guess, a team kill. But 3 left alive. They'll move on. They'll have the lead 2-1. Absolutely barreling through Wicked there. They understood their advantage. That's smart. They understood their advantage. They knew they had rifles and compared to pistols that round. They almost, I think they hatch drop into that one. I see someone says show scoreboard. I've been showing the scoreboard, but it's a fancy one. Shows you past round scores. More in-depth metrics. How many steps these players have taken. How many steps they'll need to take this series. That is not a stat that I have. Or one that I've tracked. I do wonder if there's an average amount of steps per win. Like CPM. Good retake from Toxic, gaining control of outside A. TBG looking to challenge that, but I don't believe they have any nades or utility to do so. So, it's going to be blind fire through walls. And it does get the kill. 3-3 now is Hotline, the only one on full health on the Acer attack side. But getting comfortable control, Determined Fear catches one with a trip mine that they placed at the start of the round. Sharing is caring. Taquito cares about Hotline and their HP. Basil cares about this flank working. They did just go up through the window. They'd have the back of Basil. Even the odds 2-2. Minute left, though, and woo. Yeah, Taquito's going to rotate all the way around. Try and push in through the back door of B. It's a long rotation. That leaves Hotline alone for a little bit. But Taquito will get here eventually, and the time does tick down. 46 seconds left. Play is here. Hotline opens up B. The back rotation from Taquito. Basil flanks, and Taquito's behind the defense. They catch one, but Basil with a vital refrag keeps things even. We're tied up 2 apiece. Everyone going down, everyone needing to buy. Wicked gonna be at a disadvantage. Won't be able to get as many meta rifle buys in comparison to Acer, but even Acer only able to get 4. Oh, they got 5. Quite a series to tune into. Our Map 3 decider definitely turning out to be exciting. Big round 5. Losing team set up for another loss. But we have seen both of these squads put up solid rounds when their backs are against the wall, and Wicked will actually have enough economic-wise to, if they do lose, they should be able to actually buy a... Oh, now they won't. They'll buy one rifle. They'll be able to buy one rifle if they lose. A site is open for entry. Surprised no one's planted along the wall just yet. Suppose they're worried about determined fear just around the corner. Hotline finds an important kill. Sleepy still here, though, defending. Still a potential threat, but not going to be able to shut down this plant. Oh, Tech9 going up to the roof to watch through the hatch. Hotline waiting in the short corner, catches the kill. Acer find their lead. I felt Wicked definitely had the, in my mind, I felt that they were going to be the favorites going into this series. But I am looking at the votes. Wicked had 10, Acer had 21. Obviously, folks confident in this new team and their abilities. Very few games played so far, but there's not a ton of weeks to be played, so can't blame a team for not having more than 4 or 5 games in their pocket right now. I think what is impressive to see, though, is a new team that is contesting a team that has 4 or 5 games in their pocket. Technically 6. But who's counting? Not me. I do also see that comment in chat. 24 watching, but only 10 likes. Yeah, everyone hit that like button on the stream. It helps the metrics. It helps boost more folks coming in, watching Breachers, enjoying the action. It's a cyclical process. We need your support. We appreciate it. Pretty textbook setup coming through so far. Surprised that Taquito dropped down through the hatch and then survived, pushing out. They didn't go down the stairs instead. It's a big risk. It's a very interesting, risky choice. Basil here, waiting to flank out. Sleepy's defending, and Basil is going to push out right as they drop off. Perfectly timed, shutting down the Acer push in. Hotline finds themselves questioning the details. Toxic finds a kill, but Sleepy refrags, and it's a 2v3. about a push up to them here in the hatch. They'll drop down a quick pickup on the heel. And now to get the EMP. Red catches one on the other side. Hotline's inside. I don't think they healed themselves, though. They did there, just in time to catch a couple of bullets from an SMG. Just barely kept them alive, and now Sleepy has to retake. Hotline goes down. It's a 1v1. Nice flash coming in there, completely blind Sleepy. Red pushes out, and Acer, with good utility use, clutch the 1v1. They clutch the round. They'll come out with a rifle on top. Swap sides, reset economy, so I guess that doesn't matter. I forgot that we were on round 6 right there. But now they go into defense. Solid advantage, 4-2. Pistol rounds, vital. If they can take both of them at 6-2 in their pocket, looking at round and series point. So these next two are obviously going to be pretty big. Again, a shout out to everyone tuning in that has been enjoying the action for what is now over 3 hours of Breachers. Oh no, not 3 hours. 2.5 hours, sorry. Been a quick map too. Map 3. Where are we? Like I said, a solid Saturday of Breachers. Happy to deliver it to you. Happy to have folks enjoying it. Like I said, hit the like button. Standard tactic, breaching B here. Post walls are open. Determined takes a big chunk of damage. They'll go down. Tech on the corner. Looks like Sleepy might have disconnected in the chaos, and TVG goes down as well, trying to rotate around. Tumble finds a refrag. No one pushing in from the back end, unfortunately. And Basil is here to defend, but Red pushing in. Finds Basil. Tumbleweed's next. Sleepy takes some bullets for Tumble to pop up and find the kills. There's the second. Can they find the third? They can't. Acer clutch a big pistol round. An unfortunate disconnect plagues Wicked Esports. And the team goes up 5-2. Standard rule set that we apply in a game like this. If you're playing online in particular, if bugs happen, you do have to play through them. In this case, they did have a disconnect. You have to play through that round. Teams can call timeouts, but I guess once you started a map, there's no in-game way to call a timeout, so Wicked can't pause anything right now. And they really just need to have their fifth reconnect. Otherwise, they'll be going on the attack, 4v5, and Acer will be ever closer to locking in this series. Definitely not what the Wicked team want, especially on the second pistol round, because the bot buys into a SMG, so it's spending money. But maybe because the series has been so long, they ran out of battery, who knows? It actually hasn't been that long of a series. It's been pretty quick, considering we're here on the third map already. Either way, Wicked at a disadvantage, and Acer looking to push this thing up 6-2. A site, well defended. Tech 9 gets lucky in my opinion, but was just shooting at the wall. As it goes down, they find headshots. They try to push up. Determines there on the corner. They go down. Now Basil alone on the stairs, getting reinforcements from TBG. But it is going to be the duo in a 2v4. Oh, I see some interesting comments. I mean, yeah, I could have assumed that, but Acer isn't a new team. They're a top team in the BCL. There's other leagues that folks play in. New to me, new to the league, new to our stats, so new. Great that they do play competitively, though, and clearly prevalent with how they are performing against Wicked right now. Also clearly prevalent with how the community voted Acer into taking this one. Like I said, I know the community knew something I didn't. And that very much was the fact that you just shared there, so I appreciate the info. But, yeah, not a surprise, and they are certainly looking like a team that has played together. I wouldn't have assumed that off of their Hideout performance. I really did think they were a newer team trying to compete at the late stages of the league, but they, yeah, clearly a team that can compete here, and Wicked, they are on the cusp of suffering a loss that they really can't afford. Ranked 9th, needed this win to go up into that top 8. Getting spoiled here as Tech 9 shuts down TBG, and Acer approach ever closer to that final point, the series point now, as they look to take this win 7-2. Wicked did eco. They're full buying with their backs against the wall. They'll be able to put up the best effort they can. They do have Cleric back and connected, and so they have all 5 instead of a bot. And an unfortunate bit of 2 rounds there where they were essentially down into a 4v5. Where does Wicked approach from? Cleric just finalizing their kit, trying to decide if they want the Taurus, the Spectre. Where are they going? Rest of Wicked setting up. Ooh, Basil goes down to Tech 9 early. Wish my numbers worked so I could go to the right person, but oh, they caught him in the window. Dancing after that kill. Happy and clearly playing confidently. Ooh, they could find the back here of this Wicked offense if they're not careful. Set up for the push towards B site as they barrel in. Determined catches a big double. Taquito and Toxic are down, but the rest of the defense is retaking. Red coming back. TBG coming, or Tech 9 coming back. Utility coming out and tumble down to a slice of health. Red just puts out 2 bullets and catches 2 kills. They'll find the third with a triple. And they'll clutch in the final round. They're looking for the EMP. And they'll find it. In the smoke, they'll get the defuse. Round 7 will go into the hands of Acer as Red showboats a bit. They'll take it. lock in map number 3 and the series win. They go up 7-2 to round things off, and again taking that full series. 7-1 on Skyscraper, 7-2 on Factory. What was a strong start from Wicked, suddenly not so much. A tough loss for them to swallow too again. Oops, considering that they were ranked 9th, just on the cusp of pushing into the top 8. They won't have that opportunity now after this loss. But regardless, a solid approach and a solid series there from Acer. Happy we tuned into it. It's going to be it for me on the desk. A long doubleheader this afternoon, but happy to deliver it to you. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends. I don't know that there will be any more casts this weekend. Maybe one more tomorrow, but if not, do keep your eyes peeled for postseason information. We will be broadcasting that most likely next weekend or the weekend after is when that will start, and we will be diving into more broadcasts to wrap up and find who are our top 3 teams in each region of this preseason that we've run. Season 1 dates are already announced. You can start to get ready for Season 1 right now. I recommend doing so. Start to practice, find your team, get prepared. But until then, my name has been Nightfire with 2 E's. Stay classy.